Hello, Kyle Stock Bulls, and welcome to the sixth video in the YouTube series, which is going to be talking about how to open a stock brokerage account. For those of you that don't know, a stock brokerage account is basically just like a bank for the money that you will put in the stock market. There are many different banks of the stock market, just like there are regular banks. So these banks are called stock brokerages. There are many different stock brokerages that serve all different types of people. A lot of the popular ones, at least for people who are just starting to invest, are things such as TD Ameritrade, E-Trade. These are the most two common brokers that people use when they start investing, or maybe Robinhood as well. That's a pretty common one. And what these offer you is commission-free trading, so you don't have to pay to buy and sell stocks. That is brand new. You used to have to pay around $6.95 each time you bought or sold a stock, so it is now cheaper than ever to become an investor, which is good news for us, bad news for the stock brokerages, so that's some pretty good information to know. Another thing that you have to keep in mind is each of these brokerage firms specializes in something different. TD Ameritrade and E-Trade are going to be what I focus on tonight, though, because that's what most people use to start a brokerage account. Now, there's a couple ways to get money into a brokerage account. The most common way these days is to go online, and you can actually hook it up with your bank account, and you can transfer money into the brokerage account, and that'll allow you money to buy and sell stock with. Now, for people that use a brokerage account that's not with TD Ameritrade or E-Trade, maybe they take their money to a bigger money manager, like let's say Edward Jones, Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, something like that. Then at that time, you may also do a wire transfer as well. You can do that with TD Ameritrade and E-Trade. It's just a little more common with the bigger brokers because generally they're dealing with a lot larger sums of money. They're professional money managers, and they generally manage funds that are at least $5,000 and above. A lot of beginners don't have that much of an account balance to start out, so that's something you want to keep in mind. But you can do it any way you want. You can transfer money from the bank. You can wire it. However you want to do it. It's your brokerage account. Just keep that in mind. That is how you actually get the funds into the account. Then once you get the account, at least for TD Ameritrade, I know this, there is a lot of different educational tools that can be used within the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is one of the best platforms to use. It's what I've always used to trade my stocks. I find it very useful. What it allows you to do is it allows you to type in the stock that you want. It shows you charts and graphs, everything you need to know to trade stocks. Also shows you relevant news stories as well, so that way you can make the best decision on what you want to trade. That being said, each brokerage firm has their own special things that they do. What I mean by that is why TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, those are great for beginning traders. A person that has $1 million, $2 million account may want to take their money to a professional money manager such as Merrill Lynch or maybe even a private wealth bank, which is a little bit different. Some of the private wealth banks, you have to have $10 million or more. Assets under management is what it's called to be allowed to invest with them, which means you have $10 million that you can invest that's outside your primary residence and outside your bank accounts and things like that. It's just a straight $10 million that you could put into the stock market. Most people watching this video probably don't have $10 million. You can eventually get there, though. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it. When I first went to invest money, I was told by a stockbroker that I need at least $5,000 to invest with them. And I told them, I think that's really crappy because eventually I will have $5,000 to invest with you. And another brokerage is going to take my money and they're going to earn my business and I'm going to stay with them. And exactly, I did that. That's what you have to keep in mind. Eventually, you will have those amounts of money. Don't let a stockbroker discourage you by telling you you have to have so much money to invest with them. There is always a stockbroker out there that will take your money and let you begin to learn trading in the stock market. So you don't have to have millions of dollars to get traded in the stock market. That's a very common misconception. You don't have to have like hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, nothing like that. You can start out with even $100 if you wanted. Now, you're not going to be able to do a lot with $100, but you get the point. You can start out with any amount of money. TD Ameritrade does not have an account minimum, so you can put in anything that you want to start investing with, so that way it makes you feel comfortable. That is one of the most important parts of the investment process, is making sure you feel comfortable with what you're putting your money into, because after all, that is your hard-earned money after all, so you want to put it to work in the best, safest, and most efficient way that you can. That's what any investor wants to do with their money. Some investors are definitely more tolerant to risk than others, and that is something you have to ask yourself. Are you okay losing the money that you put in that trade, especially if it's a large portion of what you're worth? That's something you have to keep in mind. A lot of experts will recommend that you waste no more than 1% of your account on an entire trade, which if you have a lot of money definitely makes sense, but for somebody that was trading $100, that's $1. You literally can't buy anything with that besides like a share of a penny stock or something like that. So that's just something you have to keep in mind. You want to invest according to your account and your risk tolerance. It's pretty simple. You'll hear a lot of different statistics out there from professionals, but you just need to do what's best for you. That's what the whole process of investing is about, putting your money to work so that way you can grow your worth. You will learn everything else along the way. There's a lot of different things to learn about the stock market. I've been trading in the stock market now for a little bit over 3.5 years. I've definitely learned a lot of things along the way, but there's always more to learn. That's what you need to keep in mind. When you think you've got everything figured out about the stock market, that is the moment when the market is going to kick you in the butt. It sounds crazy, but it is true. When you think you have it all figured out, you don't. It's pretty simple. Just stay humble, be smart, try your best out there. That's all an investor can do. Thank you so much for watching this video about how to start a brokerage account. I will make more videos later on in the series where I discuss the special parts of each and every stock brokerage, but for this video, we're just going to keep it simple for the beginners. Share this video, smash that subscribe button, give the video a like, and thank you so much for watching this YouTube video.